If you're traveling to the United States right now, you need to hear this. Airport immigration checks have increased dramatically in recent months, and thousands of travelers are being stopped, questioned, and even sent back. Are you on the list? Stay with me until the end, because what I'm about to share could save your travel plans. Welcome back to Immigration Fresh Updates, your trusted source for immigration news and travel alerts. In today's video, we're discussing something extremely important: the recent increase in U.S. airport immigration enforcement, and who is most likely to face additional scrutiny when entering America. Whether you're a tourist, student, worker, or permanent resident, understanding these changes could mean the difference between a smooth entry and hours of questioning or even deportation. I'm going to walk you through 7 specific traveler categories, starting from number 7 and counting down to number 1, the group facing the highest level of scrutiny right now. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly where you stand and how to prepare. Let's get started. Coming in at number 7 are tourists who show a pattern of very short stays in the United States. Now, don't panic if you've visited America a few times. This is specifically about travelers who enter the U.S. frequently, stay for just a few days, and then leave repeatedly. Immigration officers are trained to spot patterns that might suggest someone is not really a tourist. Why is this happening? U.S. Customs and Border Protection has enhanced their data systems to track travel patterns more closely. If you've entered the U.S. 5 or 6 times in the past year, each time staying less than a week, officers may question whether you're actually conducting business on a tourist visa or even considering unauthorized work. Here's what you need to know. Legitimate tourism is absolutely welcome. If you're visiting family, attending short conferences, or genuinely sightseeing, you have nothing to worry about. The key is being prepared to explain your travel pattern clearly and honestly. Bring documentation, hotel reservations, event tickets, family invitation letters, and proof of ties to your home country like employment letters or property ownership. The good news? If your intentions are genuine, you'll be fine. Officers are looking for inconsistencies, not punishing legitimate travelers. Be honest, be prepared, and stay calm. Thousands of frequent travelers pass through U.S. airports every day without issues because they can clearly demonstrate their purpose. You can too. At number 6, we have travelers from Visa Waiver Program countries who have minor issues in their travel history. This includes citizens from the UK, Germany, France, Japan, South Korea, and many other countries who normally don't need a visa for short visits. Here's what's changed. Even though you can travel visa-free under ESTA, immigration officers now have access to much more detailed background information. If you've ever overstayed a previous visit, even by just a few days, or if you've traveled to certain countries that raise security concerns, you may face additional questions. The political context matters here. With increased focus on border security and immigration enforcement, even travelers from traditionally friendly nations are experiencing enhanced screening. This doesn't mean you're unwelcome. It means the system is more thorough. What should you do? First, ensure your ESTA application is completely accurate. Any discrepancies between what you stated on your ESTA and what officers find in their system will trigger secondary inspection. Second, if you've had any previous immigration issues, even minor ones, be prepared to explain them honestly. Bring supporting documents that show you've complied with all immigration laws since then. If you visited Iran, Iraq, Syria, or other designated countries, you may no longer qualify for ESTA and will need a traditional visa. Check your eligibility before booking your flight. The reassuring part? Most visa waiver travelers still experience smooth, quick entries. Preparation and honesty are your best friends at the immigration counter. Number 5 on our list is F1 student visa holders returning to the United States after semester breaks or summer vacations. If you're an international student, listen carefully because this directly affects you. Recent policy changes have instructed immigration officers to verify more carefully that F1 students are maintaining their status properly. When you re-enter the U.S., officers will check whether you're enrolled full-time, whether your I-20 is current, and whether you've been complying with work restrictions. Why the increased scrutiny? There's been growing concern about students who obtain F1 visas but don't maintain full-time enrollment or who work unauthorized hours off campus. The government wants to ensure that people entering on student visas are genuinely pursuing education, not using it as a backdoor to employment. Here's how to protect yourself. Always carry your most recent I-20 with a valid travel signature from your international student office. The signature should be dated within the last year if you're returning from a break. Also, bring proof of enrollment, your class schedule, a letter from your university, or your student ID. If you're planning to work on CPT or OPT, carry your employment authorization document. The beautiful part about being an F1 student? The U.S. genuinely values international students who follow the rules. Education is still one of America's strongest connections to the world. If you're enrolled, attending classes, and maintaining your status properly, you represent exactly the kind of exchange the country welcomes. Just be prepared to show it. At number 4, we have H-1B and other work visa holders, especially those who have recently changed employers or are traveling for the first time with a new company sponsor. This category is facing significant attention right now. Immigration officers are verifying that work visa holders are actually employed by their sponsoring companies and working in positions that match their visa petitions. If you changed jobs in the past 6 months, expect additional questions about your new role, your employer, and your work location. The political climate around work visas has intensified scrutiny across the board. There's increased verification of specialty occupation requirements and whether foreign workers are truly filling positions that require specialized knowledge. This isn't about discrimination, it's about enforcement of existing visa requirements. What documentation should you carry? Bring your most recent pay stubs showing continuous employment, your latest H-1B approval notice, a letter from your employer confirming your position and travel authorization, and even business cards or company ID. If you're returning from a business trip, carry documentation of the meetings or conferences you attended. Here's the reassuring truth. H-1B holders are highly valued in the American economy. Companies invest significant resources in sponsoring foreign workers, and the government recognizes this contribution. The scrutiny isn't meant to discourage legitimate work visa holders. It's designed to catch fraud and misuse. If you're genuinely employed in your approved position, working for your sponsoring company, and your paperwork is in order, you're in a strong position. Just be prepared to demonstrate it clearly. Coming in at number 3, and this might surprise you, are lawful permanent residents who have spent extended periods outside the United States. Yes, even green card holders are facing increased questioning. If you're a permanent resident who has been outside the U.S. for more than 6 months, be prepared for detailed questions about why you left and whether you've abandoned your permanent residence. Immigration officers have the authority to question whether you still intend to live permanently in America. This intensified scrutiny reflects a broader enforcement priority, ensuring that permanent residence benefits go to people who actually maintain their lives in the United States. There's particular focus on green card holders who appear to be living abroad while maintaining their cards for convenience or future options. How do you protect your permanent residence? First, if you know you'll be abroad for more than a year, apply for a re-entry permit before you leave. Second, maintain strong ties to the U.S. Keep your home, pay your taxes, maintain bank accounts, and document your U.S. connections. Third, when traveling for extended periods, carry evidence of why you were away, medical records if caring for sick relatives, employment letters if on international assignment, or academic documents if pursuing education abroad. Here's your reassurance. Millions of green card holders travel internationally every year without problems. The key is demonstrating that the U.S. remains your true home. If you maintain genuine ties, file your taxes, and haven't abandoned your residence, you have every right to re-enter. Just be ready to show your connection to America remains strong. At number 2, we have travelers from countries currently experiencing diplomatic tensions with the United States. This is a sensitive topic, but it's important to address it honestly. Citizens from countries that have strained relationships with the U.S., whether due to security concerns, political conflicts, or policy disagreements, face enhanced vetting at airports. This includes additional interviews, technology checks, and background verification. The process can take hours and feels invasive and frustrating. Why is this happening? U.S. immigration policy directly reflects diplomatic and security priorities. When international tensions rise, border enforcement becomes more cautious. Officers receive specific briefings about travelers from certain regions, and the screening process becomes more intensive. The difficult truth is that this scrutiny often affects people who have done nothing wrong. You might be a legitimate student, tourist, or business traveler caught in the middle of political tensions beyond your control. If you're from a country facing U.S. scrutiny, you may experience longer wait times, more questions, and heightened suspicion regardless of your individual circumstances. But here's what you can do. Be exceptionally well prepared. Carry extensive documentation of your purpose, your ties to your home country, and your compliance with all previous U.S. visits. Consider having a detailed itinerary, confirmed hotel reservations, return tickets, and financial proof. Be patient and polite. Officers are following protocols, not making personal judgments. Remember, thousands of people from every country successfully enter the U.S. every day. Political tensions create obstacles, but they don't make entry impossible for legitimate travelers. Your preparation and documentation can overcome many of these challenges. And now, at number 1, facing the highest level of scrutiny, are individuals entering or attempting to enter the United States for asylum, humanitarian protection, or refugee status. This category is experiencing unprecedented levels of examination right now. With major policy shifts in asylum processing, border enforcement, and refugee admissions, anyone arriving at a U.S. airport seeking protection faces intense interrogation about their claims, their background, and their intentions. The current political environment has created significant uncertainty around humanitarian immigration. Policies change frequently, enforcement priorities shift, and the criteria for admission become more restrictive. Officers conducting credible fear interviews or processing humanitarian applications face pressure to be extremely thorough, which translates to lengthy processes and difficult questioning. If you're traveling for humanitarian reasons, here's what you need to understand. The legal right to seek asylum still exists, but the process has become more complex and stringent. You'll need comprehensive evidence supporting your claim, documentation of persecution, threats, or danger in your home country, witness statements, police reports, medical records, or news articles that corroborate your situation. Legal representation matters tremendously. Having an attorney or recognized organization supporting your case significantly improves your chances. Organizations like the ACLU, Immigration Legal Aid Societies, and refugee assistance groups can provide crucial support. Despite the challenges, America's humanitarian tradition continues. Thousands of people receive protection every year. The process is harder, the scrutiny is intense, but legitimate claims can still succeed. If you're fleeing genuine persecution or danger, don't lose hope. Prepare thoroughly, seek legal help, and present your case with all supporting evidence you can gather. Now I want to hear from you. Comment below which country you're traveling from and whether you've experienced increased questioning at U.S. airports recently. Your experience helps our community stay informed. The most important thing to remember is this. Increased scrutiny doesn't mean the door is closed. It means you need to be better prepared. Whether you're in Category 7 or Category 1, documentation, honesty, and preparation are your strongest tools. The United States still welcomes millions of legitimate travelers, students, workers, and humanitarian cases every year. Know your category, prepare accordingly, and don't let fear stop you from pursuing your American dream. If this video helped you, hit that like button, subscribe for more immigration updates, and share this with someone who needs to see it. Safe travels, everyone.